إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي قال صلى الله عليه وسلم أكثروا ذكر هادم اللذات وفي بعض الرواية هادم اللذات. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said to us that we should frequently remember that which destroys and put an end to all pleasures. We should frequently remember this bitter reality that we are running from. The reality we do not want to hear about. The reality that there is a must that it's going to come to us. Whether we choose to deny it, whether we choose to be in negligence concerning it, whether we choose to put this remembrance behind our back, this reality is going to hit us before we even know it. And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he commands us to frequently remember this reality. أكثروا ذكر هذه اللذات. Frequently remember the destroyer of pleasures. And no matter how often we give a remembrance concerning, a reminder concerning this reality, even if we were to do it in every khutbah, it's not going to be enough. Because as soon as we are finished with the remembrance and we return out to the world again, everything is driving us away from this reality and driving us away from the remembrance of this reality. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَلْتَنظُرْ نَفْسٌ مَّا قَدَّمَتْ لِغَدٍ. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, fear Allah, and let every soul look at that which they are put forthing for tomorrow. Let every soul look to that which they are putting in preparation for the meeting of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This reality, it must come to us. Kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, every soul is going to taste death. And many of us, all of us, we have someone that we know, someone that may be close to us, some friend, some family, someone who has returned to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those individuals, they have seen this reality. Everything that they were hearing before, they have seen it. They have seen the angel of death, and we do not know in what state the angel of death has met them. And they are currently in their grave, and they are currently experiencing the life of the barzakh, the life of the grave. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He knows best of what is happening to them. We hope for good if they were Muslims. We hope for good for them. But only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the reality of what they are going through. Many times we are emotional and we see that our loved ones, they have returned to that which is better, and we say that they are enjoying that which is better. And how do you even know this is even a transgression against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? For you to be in this world and making judgment about the unseen, saying that your loved ones, that they are enjoying this and enjoying that, and you have no knowledge of what they are going through. You do not know if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was pleased with them or not. You do not know if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has accepted their good deeds or not. And that is a reminder for ourselves, for us to prepare for the meeting of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We look as if it is far, but indeed it is very near, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about the hereafter. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, إِنَّهُمْ يَرَوْنَهُ بَعِيدًا وَنَرَاهُ قَرِيبًا. Indeed, they see it to be something that is far away, something that is not going to happen closely. But indeed, we see it to be very close. إِنْ وَإِنَّا نَرَاهُ قَرِيبًا. And we see it to be very close, and that is regarding the hereafter. So what about the death of this dunya? What about meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this dunya? How far is it? Many of us are seeing it to be something far, not going to happen anytime soon. And everyone who passed away yesterday, and who passed away today, and everyone who is going to die, that is their state of mind. They're thinking that it's going to happen to everyone else except themselves. And before they even know it, the angel of death is taking their souls, and it is going to be too late, as many people at that moment, they're going to cry out to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قال رب ارجعون لعلي أعمل صالحا فيما تركت كلا إنها كلمة هو قائلها ومن ورائهم برزخ إلى يوم يبعثون. Many at the time of death, they are going to call upon their Lord, "Oh my Lord, return me to this dunya, so that I may work righteous deed in that which I have left off. Return me to this dunya so that I can pray my salawat. Return me to this dunya so that I can be punctual with my salawat. Return me to this dunya so that I can give my zakah. Return me to this dunya so that I can make the obligation of Hajj that I've been delaying all my life, going everywhere else except for the pilgrimage that is due upon you. Return me to this dunya so that I can make my tawheed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and my iman to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala properly, so that I can believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the way I should believe to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But it is going to be too late. كَلَّا إِنَّهَا كَلِمَةٌ هُوَ قَائِلُهَا. It is just going to be a statement that he is making. It is just going to be a call that he is calling, a cry that he is crying. But it will be too late for him to return to this dunya. It will be too late for him to fix himself. It will be too late for him to pay his zakah. It will be too late for him to pray his salawat. It will be too late for him to strive in doing the nawafil, the voluntary prayers, so that it can make up for the negligence and the deficiency in the obligation or in the obligatory prayers. It will be too late. It will just be a cry that he is crying, and he will be seeing the reality of the hereafter. وَمِن وَرَائِهِمْ بَرْزَخٌ إِلَى يَوْمِ يُبْعَثُونَ. And he will be in that barzakh until he is resurrected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And among those in the barzakh, those who are crying upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, رَبِّ لَا تُقِمِ السَّاعَةِ. Oh my Lord, do not establish the sa'ah. Do not establish the hour. Why is it they are crying to Allah in the grave that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not cause the hour to come? Because of the punishment that they are going through in the grave, and because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will show them of how more severe punishment is waiting for them in the hereafter. So they will wish that they remain in that punishment in the grave, rather to meet the more severe punishment in the hereafter. But they are those who work and obey their Lord in this dunya, and they strive to fulfill the commandments of their Lord, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will cause them to enjoy a bliss in their grave, and He will show them of a better reward that is waiting for them in the hereafter. And they will call upon Allah in their grave, Rabbi aqim as-sa'ah, oh my Lord, let the hour be established, the hour to come, the day of judgment to come, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shown them that there is better waiting for them in the hereafter. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His guidance. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep us steadfast upon His obedience, and not to make us among those who are negligent regarding meeting Him. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. وقال تعالى ولن يؤخر الله نفسا إذا جاء أجلها. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in many places of the Quran that He is not going to delay when the appointed time for anyone comes to them. Many of us, we are living in this dunya as if this time is very far. And many of us, we have went through so many phases of our lives. And in each phase, in the earlier phases, we look ahead at the later phases as if it's not going to come. When we were children and in school, you look forward at the time that you're going to finish school and you're going to get married, and you look at it as if it is a time that is never going to reach you. And before you know it, you are out of school and you are married and you have children. And before you know it, you have grandchildren. And before you know it, your parents have gone and your grandparents, they have gone. And you think that the angel of death is not going to come for you next. And you think that the angel of death is going to forget about you, and you forget about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you will only lead yourself to destruction, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَلَا تَكُونُوا كَالَّذِينَ نَسُوا اللَّهَ فَأَنْسَاهُمْ أَنفُسَهُمْ. And do not be like those who have forgotten Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so He caused them to forget about themselves. And that is the key to success, that we constantly remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we do not be among those who forget about our duties to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we constantly remember our duty to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and fulfill our duties to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we do not live a life in negligence, we do not live a life and we claim that Iman is in our heart, and we live a life in disobedience, a life in negligence towards the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to aid us in remembering ourselves. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to aid us in doing that which will prepare us for the meeting with Him bi'idhnillah. So we should be among those who are not negligent about this reality, the reality of returning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we never know when is our time. It is maybe today, it may be tomorrow. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to preserve us upon His obedience. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to preserve us upon His ta'ah, to preserve us upon His deen, upon Islam. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to remove from our hearts the negligence that is in our hearts towards returning to Him. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that when we die in a state of submission, a state of obedience, a state of being true believers to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك. اللهم يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك. اللهم يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا اغفر لنا ولوالدينا وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب. ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وسلم. وأقيموا الصلاة.